Okay, so we're gonna start off today by explaining how to graph sine and cosine functions. By that, we're gonna start off with the basic, or you can say the transformation equation, where is it y equal to a cosine bx minus c plus d. In this case, we can see if a is greater than 1, it will result in a vertical stretch. And if it's a between 0 and 1, where it's going to be vertical compression. And what do I mean by that? If it's, for example, if it's 0.5 or a fraction, or 1 over 4, 0.25, whatever, it's going to be in a vertical compression. And the absolute value of a is the amplitude, plus if it's negative a cosine, it will be the reflection across the x-axis. And so let's start off by, let's go to the second step, which is b. If it's greater than 1, it's going to be horizontal compression. It's opposite of a cosine. So if it's b, if it's greater than 1, it's horizontal compression. If it's between 0 and 1, it's going to be horizontal stretch. And if it's and to find the period, it's going to be 2 pi over b. And going up to c, which is going to be c over b, is the phase shift. So in order to calculate the phase shift, you're gonna have to do it c over b to get it. And if it's bx minus c, you know that you need to shift to the right. If it's bx plus c, you're gonna have to shift to the left. And d is vertical shift. Technically, if it's negative d, it's going to be a vertical shift down. If it's plus d, as you can see right there, it will be a vertical shift up. And we're gonna do we're gonna do one example about it, so to explain it more often. So here's a quick example where you have y is equal to sine 2x minus pi. So the amplitude, since it's here 1, so it's going to be 1. So we have the period as in going to be 2 pi over b, that's b. So it's going to 2 pi over 2, which is equal to pi. And you have the shift, the phase shift, which is going to be c, that's c over there, which is pi, c over b, which is going to be pi over 2, and forget about this right now. And then you're gonna have the vertical shift, where it should be d, but d is not there, so it's going to be 0. And then the counts, which is going to be, you multiply the period by 1 over 4, so it's pi over 4. The trick here is to make your life easier and your calculations all of it easier. You're gonna change the shift, the phase shift, for them to have the same denominator. So you're gonna multiply by 2 here, and you're gonna get 2 pi over 4 and 2 there. So here you're gonna have to plot your points and get the x-intercepts in order for you to get the y-intercept. So it's going to be, our new function is going to be y is equal to sine 2x minus 4 pi over 4. So 2 pi over 4, 2 pi, if you multiply 2 by 2 pi over 4, you're gonna get 4 pi over 4 minus you're gonna get 4 pi over 4 minus 4 pi over 4, so it's going to give us 0 technically. So yeah, and then you're gonna have 3 pi over 4. If you're gonna multiply 2 into 3 pi over 4, you're gonna get at the end pi over 2, yeah, because you're gonna get 6 over 4, then you're gonna get pi over 2. Pi over 2 technically will be sine pi over 2 is 1, and then you're gonna have 4 pi over 4. So you can do this directly as 1, so it will be pi minus pi, which is 0, so you're gonna get it normally. 5 pi over 3, 2 times 5 is going to be 10 over 4. 10 over 4 minus 4 over 10 pi over 4 minus 4 pi over 4, which is going to give us 3 pi over 2. 3 pi over 2 will give us negative 1, and then we're gonna have 6 pi over 4, which is 0. That directly you can know that. And then we're gonna they're gonna go forward into graphing. So as you can see here, graphing, you're gonna start off, forget about this, like all of that, you're gonna forget about this. So you're gonna start off here by plotting the points you know. So 2 pi over 4, first of all take 2 pi over 4, which is going to be 0. And then 3 pi over 4, which is going to be 1, and then pi, which is going to be 0, and then 5 pi over 4, which is going to be negative 1, and then 6, which is going to be 6 pi over 4, which is going to be 0. And then you're gonna go to the, for example, you see here the amplitude, which is 1, negative 1. That's where it expands. So yeah, and then you're gonna go and you're gonna have the negative side, which is negative pi over 4 and negative 2 pi over 4. So yeah, you're gonna have it like in this way. That's the sine function. as we got it in the first place. Yeah, so that is how you do it, and thank you so much.